What is up, everybody? Arashi here, back again with another upload, and in today's video I'm going to actually talk about a topic that I started in last video, which was about 5 days ago, about Asajj Ventress being her death being essentially retconned. And I want to bring it back to just a question about Star Wars overall. Should we have a lot more retcon things coming from Star Wars in the near future? Now, unless you've been living underneath a rock for the past couple years, ever since Disney bought Star Wars, we know that Star Wars hasn't had the best rep underneath Disney so far. Yeah, we have our highlights here and there, but overall, this whole show is just kind of taking a downward turn. I wouldn't even say show. The show's taking a downward turn. The movie's taking a downward turn. Everything is kind of just, in just one big mess right now. So this isn't a necessarily new topic that's been brought up in the series before. I think this is just something new that's coming towards Star Wars for the most part. But how about we just retcon certain areas of Star Wars and eventually make that part of the story better? In my, well, heck, I don't remember the name of my own series, but can a sequel characters be redeemed series? I actually offer a lot of explanations for why we can retcon things and how to make the story better, at least in my eyes. And you can watch those videos and see if you agree. Like, for example, do we really need Reva running around? I mean, do we honestly need to? I mean, at the end of Obi-Wan TV show, she got stabbed once, and then she got stabbed again by Darth Vader once again, and now she's just alive in a galaxy somewhere. I mean, do we really need her alive at this point? In my own headcanon, I say no, we don't need her alive at this point, so why not just retcon her and actually have her die at that moment? Like, just make it seem, or, just kill her off screen and just say she couldn't heal from her injuries. And the reason why I bring up Reva is because she was an objectively bad character and no one liked her at all. I can ask about 15 people right now at this exact moment and they will all tell me no, that they did not like Reva whatsoever. So why not just take a character like that's, so hated, and just, instead of trying to turn her for the good in the future, how about just go ahead and kill her off? I mean, we don't need another thing like this, because at this point I honestly think she's just an unredeemable character. We don't need to know anything else about her. She doesn't need her own show. Please, for God, don't give her another show. Please don't do that. But she doesn't need any of that. Just kill off her character, retcon her being alive, and just have her be dead. Now, don't get me wrong. I honestly, as for me myself, I hate retconning and I hate reboots sometimes, and it depends on the way the reboot and a retcon is treated. But overall, I hate that, because you have to go back and you have to rewrite everything and you have to make sure everything flows just perfectly right with that character and try to make it make sense into the new canon that's going on and fit it in between what's going on. I just usually think that retconning and reboots lead to a recipe for disaster, because the casual fans are going to lose interest because they don't understand what's going on because they're not keeping up. And you have other people, the original fans who are, may have liked that character, are going to be screaming and angry because, oh my gosh, they ruined the character. Well, whatever. I don't think anybody will be doing that for Reva. But my point stands that it kind of creates a lot of confusion within the community and the fandom. But at this point, it just, Star Wars is just so screwed up at this point that who cares at this point? Like, just go ahead and let's get that whole point done and retcon some certain things. So, like, as I gave an example, Reva's death. Or, for better words, make Reva actually die when she's supposed to die and not just keep living on. I mean, you can still have her character arc after she got stabbed the first time, but, later on after that should have been finito, done, finished. Now, for, the movies, for actually specifically the sequel movies, 7, 8, and 9, I believe that those need to be fully rebooted. That's where I'm calling for a full reboot at this point. I truly believe, for the overall betterment of Star Wars in general, that we need to just go ahead and reboot that entire 7, 8, and 9 movie. I believe I made a video about that, and if not, I'll try to make a video about it soon. Because to me personally, that magic and mystique in that franchise, and that whole magical side of Star Wars is still there, even through everything that it's been through, everything that Star Wars is currently going through. I believe that the mystique and fun factor of Star Wars is still ultimately there. I mean, I can personally, I have a personal experience with this because, I go to Disneyland a few times. I haven't been in a while, but last month to Disney and going to Galaxy's Edge is still freaking fun. I mean, look at this. I mean, there's no way you cannot have fun during this time. I mean, I know it's made during the sequel trilogy, but not a lot of us like it. I don't personally like it at all, the sequel trilogies, but what we have here is some cool aspects of Star Wars that are still there and it's still prevalent. So that overall cool factor of Star Wars is still there. And so since that is still there, there's still something to capitalize on. And I just believe that there needs to be necessary steps, some big risks that need to be taken in order to recapture that flavor for the Star Wars fandom. And I truly believe that if Star Wars rebooted and retconned certain aspects of the story, then it would actually bring that back to the movies and TV side of things and bring glory back to Star Wars, essentially, and just have it be cultural phenomenon or cultural juggernaut like it used to be. But anyway, that's all I got for this video. Let me know your guys' thoughts about retconning and rebooting. What do you think should be rebooted and retconned in Star Wars now? Or what do you think needs to be retconned for the future? And what other story changes would you make to Star Wars to make it better? But anyway, may the Force be with you and have a great rest of your day. Oh, and before I go, one last little thing. I actually started my own TikTok, so I'm going to link that in the description below, and I'm actually going to put it on the screen here in just a second. But here it is. I put the QR code as dead center as I possibly could. But anyway, go ahead and follow TikTok and have a great rest of your day.